The LAKA community are believed to have migrated from the present-day Yemen and occupied the Benue Valley long before the 18th century. As a result of their migration, the LAKA people have varied and scattered settlements across Nigeria, Chad, Central African Republic, Cameroon, and Sudan. The LAKA people have settlements in various states of Nigeria, namely Borno, Plateau, Kaduna, Taraba, Kano, and Niger State. As early settlers in Jimeta, some of their settlements were named in LAKA language. The name Jimeta is driven from the word Jimta in LAKA dialect, meaning "my hands has received it." Dubeli means focal town. Karewa, driven from the LAKA word Karwa, which is termed as cornstalk. Bekaji means fertile settlement. Ngolomba means son of sojourner. Dogiri, pronounced as Dogiel, means they have not refused you. Girio means lake of the dead. Other settlements dislodged for further developmental activities of government include Jalingo, currently occupied by the Federal College of Education, Yola. Gelsmese, presently occupied by the Central Bank of Nigeria, Yola branch, and Guan Banana, was dislodged by the present Adamawa State Fire Service Headquarters office. In 1936, Audu Congo preached to the LAKA young men, namely Thomas Bete, Philibus, Garba, and Gaius Bell, about Jesus Christ. Their quest to know more about the Lord led to Philibus Garba to Numan with a request for a missionary. Pastor Enkos promised to send Malam Bitrus, who arrived Jimeta in November 1937. The three young men built a mud house for him and the first Lutheran church in Jimeta at Dobeli. Pastor Ankson dedicated the church on 1st of January 1934. The three LAKA men enrolled themselves into the baptismal class. On May 1940, Pastor Ankson baptized them. On 18th July 1945, Malam Bitrus passed on to glory. One Theophilus from Numan took his place, and when he left, Malam Philibus took over the work as evangelist of Jimeta. With help of Pastor and Mrs. Jessen, a mission station was built at Nasarawa, which was formally opened on 1st of September 1950. Due to rapid growth of the congregation, a much larger church was built at Nasarawa, close to the mission station, which was dedicated in 1950. In 1950, a young man named Yohanan Nambai responded to God's calling on him among the very people. After training, he was ordained in 1960 and returned to Vere as their pastor when Pastor and Mrs. Jason retired from the service in 1962. Pastor William Lauti, who was ordained on 21st February 1962, took over. He became the first indigenous pastor of LCCN Church in Jimeta. At every Sunday service, he preached and translated in Hausa and LAKA language respectively, until 1972, when the English service was introduced and interpreted in LAKA language was stopped. Later in 1972, an evening worship service in LAKA language was started at the house of Baba Audu Joa in Lugeri Ward. Over the years, it was changed from evening to morning service and from LAKA to Hausa language, which later became LCCN number 12 Lugeri. In 1973, Pastor Laute initiated the reopening of the church at Dubeli after 23 years of closure. This resulted to the opening of more Lutheran congregations in Jimeta. On 24th February 1974, Reverend Edward Ishaya was ordained at the age of 23, being the youngest ordained pastor of the Lutheran Church of Christ in Nigeria till date. In 1980, another separate evening Sunday service in LAKA language began at the LCCN Church at Nasarawa. Mama Mary Monoji later donated her plot of land for the service in LAKA language at Nasarawa, where they moved in March 2003. It began LCCN number 15 Lakawa in 2015. The need for a bigger church at LCCN Nasarawa again became obvious. Hence, the new church was built and dedicated on 20th March 1983. With the creation of 5 dioceses, Reverend William Lauti was elected as the first bishop of the Elsinore Yola Diocese on 25th November 1995. He served as the bishop till 26 February 2006, when he handed over to his successor, Right Reverend Edward Ishaya, who was elected Bishop of the Yola Diocese on the 29th of October 2005. Right Reverend William Lauti retired from active service in July 2007 after 45 years of service as the Lutheran clergy. Right Reverend Edward Ishaya slept in the Lord after a protracted illness on the 11th of March 2020. Presently, there are several pastors of LAKA across different church denominations, both within and outside Jimeta, as they are also students in the seminary. LAKA people remain committed to God's work in their different areas of calling, especially music and evangelism. Welcome to the LAKA worship service.